Yeah, Nick went to a wedding recently. He was working at a wedding, and one of the dudes in the groom's party was like, "Hey, I know you guys. I listened to your podcast, and we have no idea who he is."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like,
no one's ever done that to me
Well, he
before.
just did right away. He was like, "Hey, Secret Minorities," and I was like,
yeah.
Really?
"Do you listen to the podcast, or are you just saying, do you know me?"
Do you guys advertise it, or how do you get
Not
people
really.
to care? Like,
We just
Yeah.
posted all over
Well,
social media, but that's
yeah,
it.
apparently, he was an old high school friend,
oh, okay.
and I mean, 'cause,
But-
you know,
He didn't
So
know.
he wasn't
you don't
completely
see someone
random.
for 20 years.
Well, no,
You know
no.
what I mean? You're like, well,
yeah.
shit.
He wasn't
You look
completely
different.
like just some guy.
Yeah,
No, not
okay.
completely. But
That'd
it
be
was-
really cool if it was just a guy you're walking down the street and he's like,
You're from the podcast, right? You're from the podcast? You're like, oh yeah, I am. What's your name? Where are you?
Well, we have a couple of like super fans that do share our stuff, and so we have like
yeah.
gotten random people, but like that was the first time that was kind of like someone was like pointed him out, and he was like, "I don't know who you are,
Yeah,
but
you're like,
thanks."
this feels good.
Even though we kind of know them.
Yeah.
What it feels like
Still.
to have a successful podcast.
Successful.
Like,
We have like 200 followers.
but still, I mean, like just the feeling of it, like,
Yeah.
people recognize you from
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and you don't know who they are.
Yeah, I mean, like, once in a while someone will watch a clip that I posted and they'll be like, hey, that was funny. And I'm like, yeah, there's more if you want.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, keep watching. You're like,
Subscribe,
"No."
keep watching, share with your friends.
Yeah. But I
And you're like, no
also,
thanks.
like, I totally get it. Because, like, I don't think I listen to any local podcasts anymore. Like, I used to listen to Joke Me Off. I used to try to
It's
listen
still
to all
great.
of them. I know.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Oh, but we record one a month now. You should be
Yeah.
able to get into it.
I'm so behind.
I listen to it when I exercise. That's when I listen to.
Yeah.
I listen to JMO when I exercise.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you,
Hell yeah.
but then do you guys listen to my podcast?
I watch the videos.
You
We
do?
watch
So
it
I watch it on
sometimes.
YouTube.
Really? The whole
Yeah.
thing?
I like watching. I don't like listening.
I love listening. I mean, I only listen when I have something to do. So I'm the same as him. I have to like watch as well.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the idea of having it on in the background. Like, it's a good way to, like I do that with some I've been doing that a lot. I discovered this podcast called, by the way, this is the Epic Tiki podcast. I'm Luke Soin, and these are my guests, Danielle Arce and Nick Larson.
And this is a crossover episode. 'Cause we're also recording for
Secret
Minorities.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
your first YouTube podcast, right?
Hey,
You gotta
Yes.
use the video. I
We
gotta
did
get one of
record
each.
our last one. I didn't announce it or anything. I just wanted to see how it would do.
Uh-huh.
We record on Instagram Live.
Oh,
Our
cool.
last podcast, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll do this like every
Yeah.
other podcast without saying anything. I might just
Yeah,
so
And
today
that
I'm
went
not
over
doing
swimmingly.
it.
It was good.
But yeah,
that's good.
It was
yeah.
nice.
people liked it.
Yeah.
But wait, what was I just? Oh, I started listening to this awful podcast called Come Town. And
It sounds. Is it like COM Town?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I see.
So it's kind of like
Sexy.
Joke Me Off.
So
Very
I see.
similar.
So you're listening to an awful podcast instead of listening to your friend's podcast. I get you now.
It's these three comics.
Come on,
that
baby. Let's
are
go. Let's
from
get
New
the
York.
fuck out of here.
Honestly, JMO is turned into just talking about Saul's tweaker butler that lives in his backyard
it should be
in
just
Stockton.
called Tweaker Butler now.
Yeah.
Tweaker Butler.
It's hilarious. That dude is so interesting.
He actually has a tweaker that lives in his mom's backyard, and he just lives there rent free basically. But he
Yeah.
does their yard work kind of, and he has like 3 teeth,
Yeah.
and
because he's a method.
and he doesn't speak English. He only speaks Spanish.
If you cut the begonias quick enough,
Yeah,
I'll
you
give
know-
you another 2.
And he's
He's a Mexican on meth. So
My
that
Saul
old
impression.
the old joke when you're a Mexican,
yeah
that's real.
yeah, it is real.
That's true. That's
So he
him.
lives
He's the
there.
he's the Mexican.
He sometimes his mom will leave like he's a fucking
squirrel?
monkey or squirrel. He leaves him like fruit. That's why I say monkey, because it like leaves him fruit. But he has to smash the fruit to eat it, to
open
mush it up.
because he only has a couple teeth.
Yeah, he has like 3
So does
teeth.
he have like a rock instead of forks or like
I
what?
don't-
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
like
gotta split
his
it.
silverware
Those
is
are his tools.
he like says you give him like a star fruit and he's like
Yeah.
So that's what JMO. That's the bulk of JMO podcast lately.
It's pretty good.
that sounds great.
Pretty good.
I will listen to the
You have to
most
listen. If you want the backstory, go just there's an episode that's called Tweaker Butler, and I think that's the
There's
first
so
time. That's the first time that we talk about him, and then it's been like every other podcast we bring him up now because it's so entertaining.
It's so funny. He's
Like, some
posted
of the
like
shit
clips
that-
of him and stuff like doing work. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it on Saul's TikTok or what?
I don't know.
I think there's a couple videos on his TikTok, like one
Okay.
or
there
two.
might be. He might have it on his Instagram.
I've seen him post it on his Instagram. That it said it was from his TikTok.
He tries not to post it too much because he
Yeah.
don't want to exploit the poor guy.
Yeah.
The dude's on drugs, but
Does he have a cell phone? Does he have like an Obama phone?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Because that'd be great. And then he like finds it. He's like,
He
"Are you
wanders
I don't think he has any sort of bills whatsoever because I don't think he can keep track of anything like that. So there's no way he has a phone.
Yeah,
I just know a lot of homeless people have phones, which is kind of crazy.
Damn.
Did you know?
Yeah, and then they try
have
to
you
get
been to San Francisco and you like walk by a doorway where the business is closed?
They're just doing
night,
like pay to
and there's
like
just a light on their face, and you're like, "What the hell?"
They're watching you porn.
Yeah.
stolen phones probably or something.
But it's like every time when it comes to those ones, they're usually like, "Hey, you got any change?" I'm like, "I got everything on plastic." But like, "Do you take Venmo?" Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Can't even get. I can't even say I don't have change
He's
anymore.
like, "I got a Square reader."
Swipe my card. How dare you?
do that.
Square reader.
We were gonna do that in a sketch like at one point, and I never did it. But
I did a sketch about a hobo in my YouTube channel, like on the early days. I don't think it's up anymore, but I used to have a YouTube show, and one of them was based on a real story. It was called Picky Hobo.
Picky hobo.
Yeah, because I was living in LA. I was walking into a 7-Eleven, and there's homeless people everywhere. But this one person like actually looked like they were hungry. You know, they weren't lying.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, could you buy me something to eat?
that's because he's an out of work actor.
Yeah.
He knows how to.
It's LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I actually just ate 10 minutes ago. But
You know.
I'm hungry.
So I was like,
I have a fast metabolism.
Yeah. So he wasn't even saying like, you know, can I have money? Can I have, you know, a drink? He was like, can you buy me something to eat? And I was like, sure, you know.
Yeah.
So I went in and I bought a slice of pizza because it was like the cheapest thing there. And I walk out and I give it to him and he was like, oh, I can't eat that because I'm vegan. And I was like,
A vegan.
now
hobo.
listen, I'm vegan, but I have the option. You know, you're homeless. You can't be picky.
You lecture him. You're like, listen, hobo.
And so I made this whole sketch
You
and
fucking eat this pizza.
my
what'd you do
friend
with the pizza though? Did you
the pizza.
like-
Oh, I gave it to somebody else. Like I
just
didn't
the
eat
next
it.
homeless guy that you saw?
That was right.
I
next to
honestly,
him.
it was so
take
long
it.
ago, but I don't remember. I don't know if I gave it to I think I gave it to a friend of mine because I was going somewhere to meet somebody. So I'm pretty sure I gave it to them, but I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
You didn't tell them that it was for a homeless guy?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they knew the story.
Like,
Like,
listen,
did he
this was
breathe
for
on it
another homeless
first?
person.
Yeah, and so I did this whole sketch series
Did he
of like
touch it?
me going back and forth from. So my friend Dave Callens played the hobo, and I would go inside, grab something, and give it. And he's like, "Oh, I can't because I'm lactose intolerant." I'm like, "Okay," so I grab something else, and he's like, "I can't have gluten." So I go back out, and he's like, "Oh, that's in a tin. I have a tin sensitivity," and it kept going and building till he had this collection of food because he would just put it on the ground next to him, and then I got frustrated, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done. I don't know what to do for you." And I walk away, and he's like, and he's happy that he has this whole like.
Yeah.
He's got a week's worth of groceries.
Yeah, so he schemed.
Yeah.
You know, he scammed me.
Nice.
So
That's
that was
good.
that was
I
the sketch.
saw.
I like that.
I saw a lady buy a homeless dude a sandwich from the gas station because he was outside of the gas station. And then when she leaves, he goes into the gas station and tries to return the sandwich. Like, can I get the money for this?
I can top that.
Did it work?
No. He's like, no.
I mean, that's what I would assume.
No,
it
he's like,
wouldn't work.
I just watched the lady buy that for
That's
you.
crazy.
Because you were asking for something to eat. Now
Yeah.
you're just trying
Yeah.
to get fucking cash. He was
Yeah.
hella mad. He was like, no, bitch, you're trying to get fucking money for drugs. Get
Return
outta
a
here.
sandwich.
Trying to return
That's
food from
crazy.
the gas station.
I have oh my God. I can't believe I forgot about this until today. This must have happened when I was a teenager. This was when I first had my car and I was so excited and I was driving and there was a homeless person and it was right near a Burger King that I was going into and I was like, okay, I'll buy this person a burger. And I gave it to them. And they looked at
They're
me.
gonna love this burger.
This was like 2004. So this is forever ago. And they were like, and I handed it to them from my car, and they go, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, "It's a cheeseburger." And they're like, "I want money!" And they threw it at my car. And
Wow.
I started crying, and I drove off.
You know what I like though is that you're resilient. You still give homeless people food after all these horrible experiences. I have like one story of giving something to a
and you're
homeless
like, never
guy.
again. You're scorned.
It's always cash. I've never gotten like the extra step of like ordering food.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, here's
I've
the
never given
dollar.
money. I always give food.
I've never. The only time I give food is if I'm coming out of the theater and I have popcorn left over.
Oh,
and
I
I'm
always
like,
have snacks
"Hey,
in my
I'm done with
purse,
this.
and
You
so
take
if I
it."
like come across somebody that like stop somewhere and they clearly look hungry, I'm like, oh, I have a protein bar. They couldn't afford this, and this is healthy, and I can give it to them. I don't care.
And they
But-
eat the Cliff Bar and they're just like, rock climbers eat this.
Ew,
I wouldn't want to climb anything.
What is this? Mud with sugar on it? This is gross.
Mud with sugar on it.
That's what Cliff Bars are. I don't eat those anymore. They're so sugary.
Ew.
Yeah, they also taste awful.
They aren't great.
Like I'd much rather have like
That's
a Kind
not
bar. Those
Yeah.
are
food.
delicious.
I use these. We eat these macro
macro
bars.
bars.
These are raw, so
Oh,
Go macro.
go macro bars. They're super healthy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind that we go.
I got these weird ones at Target once. They were like, they list the ingredients. They're like, it's only these 8 things, and
Yeah.
it's like 3 egg yolks.
Yes.
I've seen
3,
those ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you open it. It's like it looks like a weird jelly thing, but
Yeah.
they don't taste great. But also like they're not.
You actually
awful.
see what's in it. There's like it's still egg yolk in there. Like,
It's basically a gel, and they've trapped all the ingredients into it. It's like space food.
yeah, what is this? My gosh. It looks like in The Office when Jim puts the stapler inside
yeah.
The Jell-O. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
dude.
gross. Yeah, most of those bars are pretty gross, but those ones are pretty good.
Yeah.
I like them.
I like the
Speaking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I like the bars that are just it's like almonds and they're just kind of caramelized and some chocolate stuff on the
Like
bottom.
Kind bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah,
I
Those are
like
pretty
those
dope.
too.
Those
yeah.
are those are good.
I like
I
those.
can see that the but it's not gel. You know,
Mhm.
like it's
We were.
So we can never be homeless because we are too picky as well.
yeah.
I was thinking about like
Cheeseburger.
the homeless people with cell phones, and it's like we were going to talk about this in this in this week's podcast because I had a reminder on my phone. But as a
Oh.
lady, I get especially when I was single, I get a lot of random unsolicited dick pics.
That's
right?
gross.
And it's just gross. It's
That's
just gross
gross.
as a reality.
Do you
as a
mean like
woman.
with dating apps or just
And-
in general? People just know you're single and they're like, whatever. Like it's just-
both? But I was only on dating apps for 2 days,
Oh, okay.
and I did get a couple. But
That's all
In
it
2
takes.
days?
yeah.
That's all
As
it
soon
takes.
as you signed up, they're like, bloop, 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 dick
Yeah.
pics.
Or just details about their dick that I didn't want to know.
It's like,
So,
yeah,
like-
mine's got a cool birthmark on the side.
Like there's one that I've talked about on
Details?
stage where because in my pictures that I had on Tinder, it was obvious I don't shave my armpits because like I had like a tank top on or whatever. And one guy, his opening line was literally, "I think it's cool you don't shave your armpits because I'm uncircumcised." So it's like the same thing. And I was like, I did not need.
You know, that guy is like 2 days away from doing an open mic.
That's
He's like,
weird.
I wrote this one down. I can't believe this opportunity came up to try
You're like,
it out.
Yeah.
you're like, nah, bro, you can't shave
Your
your
dick.
foreskin off. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
And if that's what you did, then you should go see a doctor.
Yeah. But
Yes.
It has
Straight
vents
razor?
now. It's got vents. It's
Ew. Looks like Swiss cheese.
I'm pretty sure. So Nick, for the first time in his life, like it was like last year, wasn't it? Or
It was
like-
last year.
Yeah, he got a pussy pic, a couple pics, like about 3 or 4 in a row. I'm pretty sure it was a homeless person that had a phone. It wasn't like
Wait, how did they
it
just
wasn't
knew to
quality
send it?
pussy.
It was a random
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
It was
Was it a wrong number?
of course it was a wrong number.
I don't know.
I've never seen this person in my life.
I don't know if it was like a
damn,
fan
whose
and
pussy?
they were
That
like
doesn't look familiar. That pussy doesn't look familiar.
I
to
thought
me.
maybe it was like a show after a show, like someone was like, because like we did that laugh show once and we talked to that couple, like the older couple from
Yeah.
I forget where they're from, but they were like, yeah, come down, we'll do a show. So maybe it was like something like that where they're like, you're like, okay, I'll get your number and we'll coordinate a show.
Oh yeah. No, I would have remembered. I would have
This
remembered.
was a random
Well,
number.
because one, I've never been with a black girl physically, and this is.
But it was a black
yeah,
girl.
that was a black girl.
But it
Okay.
wasn't.
And
It wasn't cute. You know what
it
I'm
wasn't-
saying?
yeah,
Like
no, it
it
was
it
not
was
like a,
very
you know, like, ooh, look at that.
It had like
beautiful
an extra set
flower.
of lips
That
or
was-
something.
aggressive.
It was
Describe.
I wish that would have been entertaining.
Describe.
This
it,
shit
please.
looked drier than the desert.
if you're watching, we're
But
gonna
there
put a
was-
photo up
it
and you'll see it.
It looked dry, but there was still creamy stuff
Yeah.
on it.
Ugh. like a donut that got left out.
No, like a fucking bulldog's mouth. Just
That's accurate.
just gross.
That's accurate.
And
Was there whiskers on it?
Yes. That was like
it
wiry.
was very salt and pepper. It was very salt and pepper. It was not a
Who
pretty
sent
pussy.
you the Cinderella?
And he said
Local reference.
It's like,
the woman resembled
She looked like
Tracy Morgan.
dude. She looked like Tracy Morgan. Very.
Oh, she sent you a face photo too?
Yeah, you can see her
No.
face
Here's the thing.
in the
you
picture.
could see her face in the picture because it was a very unfortunate angle. It was.
So it was like-
it was from underneath.
Yes.
And she looked like she was mad for something. Like
She was like squatting, like it was like this, and it was underneath, and she was like looking down,
like hunched over.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? She looked like, you know how like, you remember rap videos from the 90s when the camera was under and they were like this?
yeah.
That's what she looked like. Like,
Have you done this story on stage yet?
no, I haven't.
He did talk about it the day that it happened. He was going on stage and he talked about getting a pussy pic, and it was the only time he talked about it.
Yeah, that's right. Because it just happened, and I was
a
like,
good
I have to
story.
talk
I like
about this.
this.
This
It's funny.
it was gross, dude. Gross. I was like, my first one had to be the worst one.
It was the worst pussy.
The worst.
Like she definitely looked like a homeless person. Unfortunately, like she just looked really beaten up and ragged.
yeah, bro.
Like,
No
not-
hair.
Oh.
No hair. Like fucking look like Tracy Morgan. Like I'm gonna show you
see.
my pussy.
Now-
You about to see my pussy.
I'm Brian Fellows.
I'm Brian Fellows.
I was in a car accident, but now I'm okay.
I can't get the mean mug.
Took
out
my
of
shirt off,
out of
and
my-
now
out of my
somebody's gonna
brain.
get pregnant.
see
I
this
want to get
photo
pregnant.
now.
I want to get pregnant.
Did you delete it? Is it all gone?
He deleted it. I wish he would have kept it.
Yeah, it's like, where do you save a photo like that? You can't just have it in your photo, in your like scroll, you know? Like, that's fucked up.
Why
but-
not? You put it right in the front. That way, if anybody ever looks at your phone, it's the first thing.
You know,
what
they know
makes
what
it
you're
do.
about.
Why is he with Danielle? So aggressive.
Is that Danielle's pussy?
On Halloween, it was.
I do white face.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You guys don't send photos back and forth ever?
Huh?
You're not that. You guys don't message each other stuff?
Sexy stuff? Not anymore.
Well, I
sometimes.
did, yeah, like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I immediately accused her of sending it to other people.
No.
Like, who the fuck was this for?
It was like one of those mornings where I woke up and I was like, it's a good boob day. So,
And I got it, and I was like, ooh.
and there was like good lighting coming in the window, and I was like, all right. Well, and then the kids were over, like, so I was in the bedroom by myself, and so I was like, well, I'm not gonna like invite him in and let him see.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because then
So-
I'm gonna want to fuck.
Yeah, and the
I'm
children
like,
are.
But then your daughter's on your phone playing a game, and she's like, "What's this?"
Yeah. No, that's why I never let her use my phone.
she does.
ever.
She's not allowed to touch our phones.
Oh, yeah.
But-
That's a good rule.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, so I don't know. But
And I
Don't
sent it
let
to
him
his
use your shit.
Instagram messages, so it's not like it shows up on a text.
right, that's smart. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But we don't really do that much anymore because we're always together.
Yeah.
But anytime I'm away, I do take selfies and send it to him.
Oh, okay.
It's cute.
I like it. My
Yeah.
my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, we never got. She never sent any.
She never sent any?
No.
So you gotta train them.
You gotta train him.
You gotta do it from day one. You
Oh my
gotta
God.
send something first.
So I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, girl, just thinking about
That's
you.
why guys
On my
do it right away.
iCloud, I saved all the pictures because when we were living apart, we would send each other a lot of pictures. So now I forgot the password to my iCloud, but I need to like see if I can get it back.
Yeah,
because
that's
I have all the pictures that
important,
Nick
probably.
sent me.
You should make like a coffee table.
So
book for
somebody
your
out
house.
there,
Put a lock on it.
Do not steal my dick pics.
because they are there in the iCloud,
All right?
so they're
I want
out
you
there.
to Jennifer Lawrence me and try to use
It's a
that
beautiful
against me.
penis.
I don't know
but-
how to do all that, so
It is the most beautiful penis, but no, it's just
let's describe the
It's out
penis now.
there.
What kind of dog does it look like?
Looks like a streamlined.
stream.
Like a greyhound?
Nah,
No, because
like
it's not
a-
skinny.
Oh,
yeah.
I asked, but that's more
There's some
details
girth.
than I
There's
expected.
some girth to it. You started.
Keep going. Keep going. What is it
He's
like?
like, I like this
yeah,
dog.
yeah. Like a Doberman pincher. Like
Oh, that's
no,
good.
that's still too skinny.
it's still too skinny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
It's not fat, okay?
Why?
It's not a bulldog. Or it's
I kind of want to see now. Is it okay? Am I allowed to? Or
She's got
care.
the pictures on her phone.
no, it's not on my phone. It's on my iCloud.
Oh, it's the iCloud. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how
I
to
still
get
have
it.
them on my phone. Let me get. No, just kidding.
I've only ever
Hilarious.
sent like 2 or 3 ever because I like to wait till I get something and then.
Yeah.
Also, I almost kind of want to ask, like, is this okay? Because
Oh.
Is
it's
this-
just so aggressive.
Well,
to
we
be
were
like,
we were seeing
"Penis."
each other, and that's something that we were doing. Like we were
Yeah.
living apart.
Yeah, because we were living
for a
apart.
while.
You know when it's okay. If
Yeah.
you're, you know. But I feel like some dudes, like, I mean, I have a whole like 3-minute bit about dick pics because
You do. You have a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like I've been on so many dates over the years, and girls are just like, "Yeah, I just get them." I mean, you just said that.
Yeah.
You just get dick
Yeah.
pics.
That's
You're
crazy.
Like,
That
they're just like,
started.
this is what I'm opening with,
Dude,
So-
But I've been getting them. I mean, since the picture phones came out, dude. It was like right when I remember the ones that like you had it like this, and you'd have a little screen, but then you would flip it open, and there's like a keyboard sideways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had
the
one of those.
sidekicks.
No, it wasn't a sidekick.
Oh.
It was a Verizon phone or something.
Oh, it was like
Motor-
the T? It came out
There's
like
a few
T?
different kinds. Was it the one I had? One it was like a
Razor
Nokia,
or
and you
something.
flip it open and turn it sideways.
No.
It had like a tiny screen, but it had a keyboard. On
Yeah, and the
edges.
front it had a tiny screen and a little mini like a regular phone, and then sideways you just flip it open, and then there's a bigger screen, and then the keyboard here.
Oh, okay.
But like it was like right when I got that phone, like 2 days later, I used to model. I was doing a photo shoot with this male model dude or whatever, and everything was really professional on set because we were like getting paid a lot of money, and like we had like all this wardrobe and stuff like that, and there wasn't anything sexual. And then as I was driving home, I got a text from him, and it's his dick.
And
then
that's how you totaled your first car.
Hilarious.
This is my first dick
It's
pic.
all it's all fucking pixelated and,
And-
shit. 'Cause it's like 2
like-
megapixels.
Yeah.
It's like a Super Nintendo dick.
It was
Yeah.
it was a skinny dick. It was disgusting.
A
So-
skinny
yeah,
dick?
it
Did
was
it look like it was hungry, like it didn't get fed enough?
yes. Yeah.
Ew.
He
It's
wasn't
more for
skinny
fencing,
though.
you know?
He wasn't skinny himself. He was pretty
I'm
buff.
not.
So that's unfortunate. Yeah, he was a buff guy but with a skinny cock. And
Well, all of it drained to his muscles.
yeah. And so I got it, and as the first time I ever gotten something like this, like that on my phone, I was like, and I was like, and I remember I think I just texted and I sent it to him, like, what the fuck?
And he's like, "Oh, you
and he
just
goes,
came, huh?"
He goes,
He's like, "Nice, I did a good. I did a
done?
good thing."
I did
There's more where that came
And
from.
he goes,
Sweet cheeks.
"Oh, sorry, I meant to text that to my ex-girlfriend."
Yeah,
Right?
Sure,
And then I was
yeah.
like, "Oh, okay." That's all I said was, "Oh, okay." And he goes, "Well,
What'd you
what do you think though?" He literally said that,
It's
and
like
I was
that
like,
Diego joke.
and I-
He's
and
like,
I-
what you think though?
Yeah.
Like, what?
I was like, "I think you should never text me again." And that's all I said. He
Damn.
didn't message back after that.
Hilarious.
But I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And
you
then
should have been like, I don't know. I'll ask all of my friends whom I sent this to.
yeah. And then from there, it was just an onslaught
I'll
of
give you your feedback in a
dick
minute.
pics. So gross. So gross.
Damn, dudes are crazy.
Dude, I was once
Yeah.
playing what's that online Scrabble game on the phone? What's it called?
Words of
Friends.
Yeah, yeah.
I was playing Words of Friends. I love Scrabble and words and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
was playing that game.
We should play because I need more play friends.
I haven't well, the reason why I
Do you
haven't
play also?
I
used
stopped
to, not
playing it
anymore.
because people use it as a fucking dating tool.
Oh yeah,
What?
my aunt's like almost 60, and she
Yeah.
plays and she gets messages.
Dude,
And
if
she's not
you're
even
on,
trying,
if you
she's
have
just
a
playing the
fucking
game.
pussy and you're on any
Yeah.
sort of app that has a chat in it, people are gonna try to get it.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And like some guy like messaged me or whatever, was like, "Hey, do you want to play a second round of this game?" And I was like, "Sure, let's redo it."
Any app
On
that
my
has
dick.
DMs, if there's DMs
And
in
then
the app,
and then he goes, "Hey, I changed my profile picture because you can't send pictures in the chat." But
Uh-huh.
he goes, "Hey, I changed my profile picture. Let me know what you think." And it was his dick.
wow.
Yeah. He changed his profile picture
Lord
just so I
have
could
mercy.
see his
Didn't he change it
package.
back right away, or
No.
Oh,
I just blocked him. So I don't know.
Like before all of this came around, if these people lived like 10 years ago at this age, they would just be flashers, right? Before the cell phones,
I was-
they just like flash
I don't
people.
know.
I don't know if someone's made a joke about this, but I think a long time ago I wanted to make a sketch that was like in the 1800s, and there's like a woman like writing a long heartfelt letter. She's like sitting in front of like a nice window, like the sun's coming in. She's wearing a cool dress, and she's just like, "My dear love, Richard," and she's just like
Yeah.
writing in calligraphy, and she mails it out, and you see the person like send the letter, and it goes
Uh-huh.
on the Pony Express, or and then the guy like he's writing his back. And then the same thing, send it back, and then she opens it, and it's just a nice drawing of a penis. I'm like,
One of my first comedy bits ever. It was the first time I went on stage. I talked about dick pics, and I said, "What did they do back in the 1800s?
Yeah.
Did they Pony Express that shit?"
Yeah.
Like so funny. It was one
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
first
it's
bits
like a
I ever
drawing
wrote.
or something. Like I think that'd be so funny.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
Is that not even a drawing; it's an outline.
It's
yeah, yeah. He like, true. And then she sends something back, and she just writes. She writes like asterisks or something, and she writes red. Like she just, like when you just read
scene
it.
at
yeah, scene.
4:15 p.m.
Red. Damn.
And he's like, she left me on red. And then he looks out his window and it's sad. But it's moonlight now. 'Cause
That's hilarious.
It's nighttime.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh God, that's real.
outrageous, man. That's
That's why I haven't been back on Words with Friends
it
though.
takes balls to do shit like that. Just to send a random person.
And then on Words with Friends, you sign in. You have the option to sign in through Facebook. And anytime I
Yeah.
have apps, I use that option because I'm lazy and I don't want to sign up. So some people have tried to find me on Facebook and send me messages, be like, "Hey, I saw you on Words with Friends. You're super cute." And I'm like, "Ugh."
Oh,
Yeah, if you're
gosh.
friends on Facebook, then it'll show up in there. Yeah.
Well, no, that they
These
just
are
they just
random
look up
people.
my name and they find me or whatever.
Oh, like you're not friends with them? on
Yeah.
Facebook?
Damn.
Oh,
You can't even put
I
your
mean-
fucking name
Or
on there.
or they find my name and they look me up on Twitter or Instagram or something like that, and they're like, "Hey, I saw you on Words with Friends," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Jeez, that's crazy.
It's pretty gross. Oh yeah,
You gotta have
it's
just a
too many simps
regular-
out there. They're
A
desperate.
regular profile picture that doesn't have your face,
Mm-hmm.
and then don't put your full name, and then they will never know. Or just put a picture of like an old person.
Yeah.
I
You
know.
still get dick pics.
Still get dick pics though.
Just take that
You
photo.
heard his 60-year-old aunt still getting that dick pic, so
Is she hot?
I don't know. That's my aunt. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
doesn't
answer
matter.
that.
I have hot cousins.
She's like more of an attractive lady.
I don't know. I don't feel qualified to answer that
You
question.
don't feel qualified.
Is she a
can say
good-looking
if she's a
person?
good-looking person or not, right? I'm not saying you want to fuck your aunt.
Like I
dog.
could say my mom's
She's
hot,
6 no, you-
but like I don't want to f my mom. You know? So
It's
Her
like
mom's
how
very
I can
cute.
I can say Brad Pitt is a very beautiful man.
there
but
you go. So what do you think? Is your aunt a good-looking
Exactly.
person?
I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't know.
You don't want to say she's
You
not
think
going to
you're
listen to
get
this.
Ostracized for your family and shit. Like, why would you say your aunt's
I don't know.
attractive?
Someone might watch it. I don't know. Some of my family's cool, and they probably like you just said you watched the podcast.
So wouldn't
and I
it be
didn't
a
even
good thing
think-
to say, yeah, my aunt is decent looking or my aunt is an attractive person?
Yes.
You can't say that? Okay.
Yes, she is. Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, like I will say all of my aunts are chubby, older Mexican ladies. They're probably people don't want to get down with. You know what I mean? Just- especially my Aunt Rosie. She's gay. No dudes.
Somebody wants to get yeah, but you know, maybe that black lady meant to send the pussy pic to your aunt.
No.
Nah.
She was like
No.
Larson,
Nah,
and she
nah,
sent
nah,
the
nah.
wrong.
She wanted a man.
Nah.
This was one of the man.
No. This is what
Did
happens.
she send you like a description that said like I'm empty inside?
No, there wasn't any texts.
I want you to fill me up. Right on my pussy.
Get me pregnant.
Get me pregnant. I want you to be my baby's biological father.
Want to have half white Mexican babies.
One of them mixed babies. Bio fellows. It was it's gross. So gross. Bruh.
Bruh.
If I was brave enough, I would have saved that picture. I couldn't do it. I was like, this is nasty.
I understand.
You ever got a pussy picture before? Like unsolicited.
Unsolicited. I feel like it usually comes up as like we're talking and then it gets there.
Yeah.
I've never just got like opened it and been like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah, like
I don't think
women
I've ever
get
gotten
dick pics like that.
Yeah, you
Yes.
guys are more subtle.
But he definitely got that. That was the most aggressive.
It was random.
And it was like 5
This is
pictures
what
in a row.
happens. This is what happens. Yeah, it was.
Were you, like, in
they were
line
coming
at
in
a
hot.
store or something?
They were coming in hot.
There was
My
more than
phone
one?
was buzzing. Yeah,
Oh
it was like different angle. Like
Like enough that you could do like a 3D photo.
yeah. It was-
Yes, yes.
Render it in an
Yeah, like
Unreal
a texture.
Engine.
You,
know,
can make
like,
a GIF.
you know, like when you've seen movies where like people are riding like elephants and stuff, and the elephant's like skin looks pretty rough, and then they got the little
The little hair on top.
the little hairs.
That's
That's what it looked like.
Not cute. It was not well kept.
Did the trunk at any point go brrr and like shoot water back onto it?
If there was a trunk, that would be super weird.
Was Steven Spielberg's ex-wife on top of it?
No.
Temple of Doom.
This was an Animal Planet pussy. This is what it was.
Jesus Christ.
It was rough, dude.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was hard. That was hard to get through. But
We got a lot of mileage out of that. That's a
Nah,
good
no, it's-
piece of podcast.
yeah, it was.
Well, it's funny because like he had brought it up earlier in the week, and I was like, no, because I brought it up. I was like, remember that time? Because clicked in my mind because I totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh because the random shit will come into my head and I'll just laugh by myself.
I don't know.
So now I tell
what are you
him what I'm
laughing
laughing about. And so I'm like, oh my God, I just remember the time you got a pussy picture.
Like I used
like,
to not tell
why?
him, and he would just think I was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to
Why?
fix this.
Yeah. And so
Why would you remind
and I was
me
like,
of
we need to
that?
talk about this on the podcast because we haven't
I
yet,
know.
and it's quality material.
It's
so good.
this is what happens when you have a fucking old Metro phone number. I've had that number for a very long time. That's gone through
I've
a lot
never
of
changed my
carriers.
cell
Really,
phone
I've changed
number.
my cell phone number like 5 times.
Damn, I've
See, but I don't get.
Well, maybe
dick pics, so I don't
6 or
have to.
7 times.
I've had the same number
A
since
lot.
I was 18, I think.
Because you never had any stalkers.
Yeah. Huh?
Because you never had
I
stalkers.
got one now.
No, she doesn't stalk you.
I blocked her. Who knows if she's trying?
Oh my God,
Still
she's
trying to
sending
send me
so
pussy
many
pictures.
pics. She probably got
Unblock
so,
her.
She got so desperate she like just
I don't know
googled a
what the
dick
number
pic
is
and
now.
sent that. She's like, maybe he'll like this.
Yeah.
That'd be great if you unblocked it and then there's just a
Hell
stream
of them. Like, whoa. Jesus. Jeez, I could make a magazine out of this.
she finds out your address and mails you like a homemade hustler that she put
Homemade
together.
hustler.
What you think?
Using magazine clippings like a fucking ransom letter, you know?
Yeah.
I was listening to
I never heard back from you.
I thought I put some effort into
Yeah.
this. I can't do Tracy Morgan. Give
me that perfect dick.
I was listening to this other podcast. I think it was Come Town, and Sam Morril was on it. Like it was a really early one, and he was talking about how when he was a kid, he would print out photos from the computer and make his own magazine.
My cousin used
when
to
he
do
was
that.
in high school.
I did that too.
And then
You
he
did
would
that too?
sell
Yeah.
it. He would
printed
sell
out pictures?
copies of it to
shit,
the kids at his
oh,
school.
Man, that's
I used
that's
to-
a fucking entrepreneur.
I
right
did
there,
that, and I did magazine clippings, and I would like create my own magazines, and I put them on like construction paper, and like, and I'd always have articles and things I recommended and stuff like that.
Dude. What?
But it was like
But wait, it was like
nude
nude girls?
What?
Or just random people?
Oh, just a magazine.
Oh no, I made my own magazines.
Yeah?
Like a
Yeah.
porn magazine?
No,
or
no,
just
he's
No,
talking
just-
about
Oh.
nudie pictures.
Oh, you're talking about nudies.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that.
No, I was gonna say.
No, I was saying
ooh,
Sam Morril did this. It was just
Oh,
a
I was a
story.
prude. Okay.
It was just fun.
Well, not really. I was not really, but
We'll keep
No,
it at that.
he would print them out from his parents' computer.
oh, interesting.
And assemble magazines and sell it to kids at his school.
Oh.
No. My cousin used to print them out and then put them in a binder, and so he could just like flip through them. Like, oh,
And the binders labeled
yeah.
Pokemon
And back
cards,
then,
so
it
his
would
parents
take, like,
never look at it.
the top
20
layer.
minutes just to load, and then 20 minutes to
Dude.
print.
Then like a year later, he's like, you saw the Pokemon binder. Try out the Yu-Gi-Oh binder.
Step it up a notch.
Wow.
Yugi not gonna believe what's in there.
Stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Jesus.
It's very stupid. I'm sorry.
That would be a good idea though. Just have like 3 layers of
Yeah.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Would you get?
And then like years later, you see Pikachu, and you're like, why am I getting horny? Oh yeah, I used to have that binder because it's like the right before you see the thing.
Damn. That's when I saw it. See titties.
What's your ethnic background, Luke?
Russian and Serbian.
Russian and
Russian and
Serbian.
Serbian.
Are your parents like from there, or is it like how many generations?
My grandparents all came here. So my mom's side, they were Russians that went through China, so they lived in China for a while, and then they came here.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So does she speak Mandarin or Cantonese?
No.
Oh.
No, nobody. Well, my parents were both born here, like
Okay.
in the Bay Area.
Well, I meant like your grandparents.
They might have spoke Chinese. I don't know.
Be cool. Oh, they're not with us anymore.
No, my
Okay.
grandpa died a long time ago from like smoking and drinking, and
Like a true Serbian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, my dad's side was half Serbian.
Oh, sorry.
But they're just Russian.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Just Russian.
Yeah,
They're just Russian. They're boring.
just Russians.
Mm-hmm.
Just triangle guitar Russians.
Mhm.
Okay.
No one ever knows that. I think everyone's idea of Russians is Soviet. Like no one goes back before that to like Romanovs or like village people. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
you know?
Village people.
Well, just like people who lived in like farms and
Mhm.
because there's like if you Google like I mean you can see pictures. I feel like there's like a whole style of Russian clothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably close to the way they dressed in Midsummer.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
a little like that,
Mhm.
but Russian and
Yeah. Now that when you think of Russian, you think like Mercedes Jeep,
yeah,
leather jackets,
tracksuit, Adidas tracksuit,
Yeah.
jumping off of
Gymnastics on the
buildings and
Olympics.
doing weird
Uh-huh.
crazy shit, injecting crocodile into their
Crocodile.
arms and
Yes.
losing their arms.
Great drug. Great drug.
So do your parents speak Russian or Serbian?
Yeah, both my parents did. My dad isn't no longer with us. He's very dead now, and it's
Very
hilarious.
dead.
No, I'm kidding. I just like to make people uncomfortable.
You're like, we
and it's a
cleaned
bit
house,
that I do.
literally.
Yeah. No, but
Dude, that was a dope house. Your dad did have a nice house.
yeah. Well, it was our family house, and
Mhm.
then they got divorced, and then
Yeah,
I lived
yeah.
there for a while, and then I left, and like he was alone there,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it was like really sad when
That-
we went to
that-
the house.
His dad's house had more outlets in the kitchen than our house has in the,
In the whole place.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, it was built in like
I was like,
2004. so-
Every
Okay.
every 3 feet there was like plugs.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like, what
incredible.
The fuck?
Yeah, I remember we moved in, and they're like, "Oh, these are all GFCI or whatever that thing is that makes them good." I don't know what it means,
No.
but I think it like helps with the current, or they're
I
like.
don't know.
So
I
did
don't
they
know.
ever speak like Russian or Serbian in the house to you or anything like that? Do you understand it or speak it?
No, yeah, there was no. They didn't. Serbian's more like just an ethnic thing. I don't think I think my grandpa or my grandma on my dad's side was like Serbian a little bit,
Okay.
or like full. I don't know, but they both spoke Russian.
Mhm.
So my
So do you
parents spoke
understand it or
Russian.
speak it at all?
When I was 2, I spoke it, and then I
Mhm.
forgot. You know, like I know some words, but I
Yeah.
forgot everything pretty much.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because they don't speak it around you anymore,
Mhm.
so you don't keep up with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like they wanted me to learn it, so I went to this like Russian school at the church that's downtown on Saturdays, and so I like kind of learned some stuff the way you learn in like Spanish class in high
Yeah.
school, and then but then they wouldn't. Yeah, they didn't speak to us at home, which I feel like would have made it
Yeah.
stick, but they didn't do that. So it's like, why do you want me to learn it if you didn't keep?
Yeah,
You could have
seriously.
kept it up, and I would have known it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have gone through that with Spanish, but my mom, she never spoke it anyways because she didn't want to. You know, she was like,
Like to feel more American, or what was?
no. She said that when she spoke Spanish, she didn't really speak it right. Like, what was it called?
Well, it's kind of like with me, like that's so when I get it because it's like a lot of times, especially Spanish people, Latin people will like really make fun of you if you fuck up the language,
Mhm.
you know. And so she's afraid to speak it because the same thing with me when I was little. Whenever I tried to speak Spanish, my family would, if I messed something up, they like laugh. And I was a kid, so I'd be like, "Well, fuck this! I don't want to do this."
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what mom's going
Yeah.
through.
But also, I mean, she was with a white dude, so there was no reason to speak
Right,
Spanish
yeah.
in the first place. You know?
Oh, yeah, when
So
you-
it
for
was
your upbringing, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think even if she wasn't with a white dude, it still wouldn't have been
Probably,
spoken in
yeah.
the house.
I assume
Yeah.
so. But it would have been nice. And but even now, I'm like, I would like to speak Spanish, but I don't want to try. I don't want to put in the effort.
Oh yeah. Once I got older and I kind of got over that, like, oh, they're gonna make fun of me. And I was like, now I wish I would. My parents would have kept up with it more, and then I started to like take like advanced Spanish classes in high school and college and stuff.
Do you
but
speak now?
Not completely fluent.
Oh, okay.
I know, like, because I've been to Mexico and Dominican Republic, and when I'm there for like 7 to 10 days, it really starts coming back, and I'm like almost fluent. So all I need to do is spend like a month or two in a different country, and I think I'll get it down.
Nice.
That's what I've always heard is the hard part is just having a reason to use it, and then that's what makes you able to be fluent.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of what happened to my parents though, is like they'd only do it at church when they talk to old people. You know, like so it's
yeah,
not like they
yeah.
wouldn't talk at home unless at home they would do it when I was a kid, like when they didn't want to let me and my sister know what they were saying.
Yeah.
So like that's the only time they would kind of do it.
Sneaky.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they stopped teaching us. But then afterwards they were like, well, we want them to know it. I don't know.
Yeah, I was bilingual and like mostly Spanish until I was about 4 or 5, and then because we were living with my abuelitos, my grandparents.
Abuelito.
Yeah,
I
and
know
then
what
we
that is. Okay. I
we
know some
moved.
words.
Well, you're
Kind
white.
of
I don't
know.
know. So we moved, and then that's right. You had a Mexican ex-girlfriend. So we moved, and my
I've
my
had a
mom
couple.
my mom doesn't speak it. She's white Italian, but it's like Olive Garden Italian, so she doesn't speak any language.
A breadstick.
We're family, eh?
Parmigiano.
Yeah.
Pasta pasta.
Yeah, no, she does no Italian, no Spanish. So they just never spoke it at home. But anytime I was around family, I have the phonics and I can keep up with things. But my brother doesn't because he didn't have to speak it at all. So while he tries, he doesn't have the phonics down. So he can't roll his R's. He has a hard time with pronunciations of certain parts and
That's
stuff.
the cool part. If you can like launch into it and you just have the accent down,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like an American English accent where you're just like, hello,
Yeah.
I'm Danielle, and then
Yeah.
like
The few times that I've like, yeah.
when I'm
Skibbity
trying-
bop, boop, bop.
Yeah, that's mine too. When I'm trying to think of Spanish words, I'm like, brah, brah, brah.
Yeah. But there have been times where I've been on stage and like I have jokes where I say words in Spanish. There's one old joke that I haven't done in a while where I do a rant in Spanish, but it's like literally just cussing and stuff like that. But I guess like I've gone off
Like,
stage and people
puto.
come up to me and been like, "Wow, I didn't know you were bilingual," and I'm like, "I'm not."
They just start talking. to you in
You're like,
Spanish.
Like, your
learned
Spanish
that.
is so good. I worked at a Cuban restaurant. The same thing. I would greet people, and we always say like "Welcome to Ekelecua," and then I would say like the food on the menu and read it to them, and they're like, "Oh wow, it's great, you're bilingual," and, or they try to speak to me in Spanish, and I'd be like, "All right, I have to speak
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah.
Here we go." And I like can carry some conversation, but I'm like, I forget that because I can handle the language a little bit, that people think I'm completely fluent.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I learned, I'd sound fluent, but
Yeah.
I don't.
He has a good ear for phonics.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. I mean, because you do a lot of impressions.
Yeah.
So I feel like that helps because you're really into learning how somebody's talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I think I like that too. I don't know if I'm like good at doing like
Right.
if I could do like Spanish accent or whatever, but I
Yeah.
think that helps because there's some people who don't do impressions or they're like I can't do a British accent, and I think that makes it
They're like,
harder.
hello, governor.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know who this guy is, but it's fun to do. I've been watching Black Sails.
It's Sir
so
Michael
I've been-
Kite.
Yeah.
That's right there. He was watching that Tenant, and he was in there, and was like, damn, he's sounding
Oh,
old
yeah.
as hell now.
Yeah. Wait, who was he in that? I can't even remember now.
He was
barely
he was
in
the
it,
guy
right?
in the
Just the old
restaurant who was telling about the
Right.
the painter or whatever. It was
Yeah.
like a weird plot at the beginning of the movie that really wasn't for nothing.
Yeah,
you know?
it sort of like gets
Was
the
like to
movie
get-
going, and then it
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
to the
yeah.
time stuff later. Yeah.
Exactly. But it was pretty cool. It was a fucking pretty cool movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Nolan loves his people, you know? He uses the same people.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was. I mean, he even uses like the same. For a while, he was using the same cinematographer, and I always thought it was funny because you call them a director of photography or DP,
Yeah.
and his
Uh-huh.
DP's name was Wally Pfister
Oh no,
Wally
really? Are you
Pfister?
for real?
with a P, a Pfister.
But
like
still, but it's still
Pfister.
DP.
like Pfizer.
Yeah,
Wally
and it's
Pfister.
funny. But you know what's annoying about that guy? I was just talking about this the other day. It's like when The Dark Knight Rises came out, it was the same year the Avengers came out, and he was hella talking shit about the Avengers. Like,
Really?
well, I mean, our superhero movies like more deeper. Like he was just in some interview, he's
Yeah.
like shitting on Marvel and like how they do these like canned superhero or whatever. I'm like, the Avengers is so much better than The Dark Knight Rises. Like, Dark Knight's great, but Rises is kind of weird, and it goes in a weird like it's not a perfect movie. It's fun, but I just thought it was funny that he was like
But
your
the
movie's
first
not
Avengers
better
movie?
than this one, you know?
The first Avengers movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 2012.
Yeah, I think I would rather watch The Dark Knight Rises than the first Avengers movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Dark Knight Rises.
I love it. Well, I'm a huge Tom Hardy fan, and I love
The fire rises.
Yeah.
I remember we all
Sick.
did that voice on stage back then. That was like
Mhm. Yeah,
I remember
used
at
to
the
have-
Boxing Donkey, I remember seeing you do some bit like
yeah,
that.
with my son.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, man, you're not listening. You need to go to your room. He's like,
Oh yeah.
Do you feel in charge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm your dad. You got to listen to it. And this gives you power over me. I'm like, That was an old-ass joke. Fuck.
I think
But
for
everybody
me-
loved to hear that joke.
Yeah. No, I mean the Bane voice was
Mhm.
like people love that shit.
Yeah.
I think for me that movie was just I have my own notion, like preconceived bullshit about what I think Batman is
Yeah.
supposed to be, or and what I really hated is the way they ended it, where it was like super ambiguous, as if he died or not, and the way they edited it was not good. It didn't feel like he had enough time to get away, and then it's just like they're just not showing you, and then you're supposed to. It's like the top in Inception,
Yeah.
where it's like, did Michael
Did-
Caine see him in Paris or no? I don't know. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
come on, like just tell us. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
But I'll tell you one thing. That scene where Michael Caine looks up and he's like, oh, shit, that's him? That's fucking acting right there.
Yeah.
Because he looked surprised, like for reals. And I was like, yeah. And he's
Like he found a Nintendo 64
yeah.
under the tree at Christmas.
Dude, I was like, this motherfucker's good. He's good. He made me feel it.
Did you get a pussy pic?
My
Your ex-girlfriend can hear us in the other room. She
Yeah.
sends one.
She finally sent
Is
it.
that black lady? It's like, what'd you do?
She's like, can you show this to Nick?
Pass this along.
He hasn't replied in a year.
He hasn't replied yet. I'm waiting for his response. Like, no, lady, no. Leave me alone.
I've been living under the underpass next to his apartment for years now.
Dude, no, we have actual crackheads that live outside of our
I
apartment.
saw your story the
It's
other
so
day.
sad.
Yeah, and then
This-
you were like, I think that's his son. And I was like, oh my God.
No, it 100%
Yeah,
is his
that's
son.
what I forgot to put on there. I was like, Danielle with the white girl commentary.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's his son.
Yes. He didn't know what it was. He was like, this is the alternate ending to The Pursuit of Happiness right here if he didn't get that job.
Yeah.
But it's like a real thing. Like the kid, like we saw this guy. I saw this guy like I didn't know what he was doing because his hands were like down this, like this. And so at first I thought the worst, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
look into it. So I backed up and I'm like, Nick, can you take a look out the window and tell me what you see? Because I
Yeah.
just saw a jerking motion in a man.
What if he
right
was
outside the
jerking
window.
off? Would you want me to shoo him away or
No,
something?
I just wanted.
Shoo.
You know how you do that? You just go out there and you jerk off. And then he's like, I see how terrible this is. And then he
I claim
leaves.
my territory.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
this
right
is
outside
my
the window. But no, he looked and he was like, no, this guy's doing crack. And I look and he was cleaning his crack pipe. That's what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's smoking, right? And I was like, oh wow, this is like this is crazy. It's right outside our window. And then
Yeah.
he's there and he's just like clearly like sleepy. You know what I mean? And just going like this. About maybe 30 seconds goes by and a kid comes around the corner and
With
goes,
a Nerf gun, right?
oh
or
yeah.
no?
Yeah.
But the kid was
I
like,
don't know
hey,
if that crack. It might have been. It might have been heroin because if you're nodding off like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
It was
'cause he-
probably heroin.
it
Yeah,
takes
'cause
about
crack,
like
you'd be
10
like-
minutes. It takes about
Yeah.
10 minutes to hit your stream, and he was cool right after he got done. But after that, he sat back down and he was nodding off.
Yeah,
so
and
he's probably
but what the
smoking
kid
it.
came around when he was nodding and he was like, hey, are you done yet?
He's like, huh?
And he was like, oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm done.
And then the kid's trying to talk to him, and
What?
he's just like
I'm
there,
done.
and the kid's like playing around and stuff like that, and he's got his own little like he's playing with all the wood that's outside, and the kid goes around the corner again, and then the guy kept smoking, like he did it again, another bowl or whatever he was
Dad,
doing.
are you doing that heroin shit again?
Yeah. Oh shit.
So
That shit was rough, man. But
It was
we
rough
see a
to
lot of
see. It
that
was so
right behind
sad.
right behind the
Yeah.
the apartment.
Are
It's
you
right
guys-
outside of our window.
Are you guys in Stockton?
yeah,
Or-
Yeah, of
we're in a
course.
very ghetto area.
I forgot
too.
if you moved. I thought you. I don't know. I haven't talked to you for like a year about where you live, but I thought
And-
you moved up the freeway or something.
No,
or-
no, we've been living in this place
we're
for
in
a
like
year.
Central Stockton now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be moving though. We applied to move to a couple places, so
So we'll find something.
I'm hoping that
where
we
we
move
don't have to
back.
see people doing heroin.
yeah, right outside our apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or were
Because
you
there's
moving-
always characters out
We
there.
don't know
There's
yet.
someone.
We
you know?
applied to a couple different places.
But like,
so
are
we'll
you
see.
staying in the area or are you moving?
No.
Oh no, we're gonna try to find somewhere nicer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
So
applied to
hopefully-
some nicer places, so we'll see.
I mean, we're gonna be losing our entertainment, but
Yeah, it's
We've
like now we
seen-
got to get a TV because
Yeah.
the window TV doesn't work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
You can't just look at a nice garden
the
all
homeless
day. That's
dude that was
boring.
working on the fucking pallets out there with
Oh
his
my
ass
God.
crack hanging out.
Yeah,
That
he had
was very
like foot
entertaining.
spray and everything. Like he
Yeah,
took
yeah,
off his shoes and he would spray his feet and then put his shoes back on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's been
At
some
least
funny
he was
ass
health
shit.
conscious, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
He's like, I'm gonna see Miranda tonight. I better get ready.
let's keep this fucking athlete's foot at bay.
Miranda.
It's like get in between.
I don't know where I got
That
that.
was
in
great.
between the small toe.
That's the problem area I got. That's what she said last
Get that
time.
pinky toe out there.
What? yeah.
And he's like scrubbing.
And I'm like afraid
he had a
to
piece
like
of wood, and he was like
so
like exfoliating his
Wood?
foot.
Like he was
yes,
splitting the toe
yes,
open. Like
yes. He was exfoliating with wood.
Mhm.
Yes.
was it cedar? I feel like that would
No,
be good. I don't know.
it was pallets.
It was probably plywood.
Yes, 100%.
Now he's got splinters all on his fucking feet.
She's
Shit.
like, one problem leads to another problem. What are you gonna do?
I like
You're
living
like,
in a place
It hurts good.
where I feel comfortable walking around, like going for a walk or
Yeah, that's
walking
important.
to a restaurant or to a place. I love to do that. And we are walking distance to places, but I don't want to walk because it's gross.
Yeah.
It's not just that I'm scared too, but like I am scared.
You're like a girl. It's like more dangerous.
I
Like,
walk
the
out
reality
to,
is
you
that-
can ask him when I go to like walk to like the liquor store or something like that. I have baggy sweatpants, a hoodie, my mask. I like try my best to like look like a little boy, and I'm just like
Yeah.
walking like
And then they're like, "Ooh, look at that little boy.
he's got pretty eyes.
Show me them pretty mouth." You're like, "No."
You should try to look like an old man. That's like the least desirable like quadrant of human. It's just
Yeah.
old man. No one wants to fuck that guy. You know?
Unless you have money.
But there's some places that like we found that like okay, like there's walking distance. Like in during the day, if I took like Evie for a walk to like get like ice cream or something like that, it's not as seedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just need somewhere nice. We're trying to go downtown because they're revamping everything, and they
Stockton or Sacramento?
Stockton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're turning all the old buildings into like apartments, like really
they're nice
apartments,
looking. They're
all-
brand
Yeah,
new.
renovated and everything. So we're gonna
Yeah.
try to do that because there's all the options for like vegan stuff for her, so she'd be
Yeah.
able to just like walk certain places.
And then when
Yeah.
things are open, maybe there's a cool spot to do a show at, and you're just
Yes.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Well, that's where deliberation room was.
yeah, it was right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that place anymore.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
I mean, I
we're-
could find another
Did they?
venue.
You don't have it because of the pandemic, or
No.
are they like done with you also?
we were.
No,
we
it
were
was
also,
way before the
He was
pandemic.
also done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. They
I mean,
just
he was
kinda suck.
complaining that he wasn't making enough money off of it, and I'm like, well, people don't come here in general because once the show was done, there was still nobody walking in, so it's
Yeah.
not my fault.
Yeah, I remember
You
like
know?
going there and just being like, "There's like nothing else there. It's like like a scary
Yeah.
street, and then there's
Yeah.
this cool place."
It wasn't the most ideal. The venue was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
a cool place, but it would just
I even
wasn't
didn't
in an
hate it for
ideal
comedy. Just,
location.
like even though you had to kind of turn, it's kind of fun sometimes to have like that motion of like I have to talk over here, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
over here.
Keeps
and I'm
you on your
gonna-
toes.
Yeah.
But but definitely that place, because it's Stockton, you have to be good or else people are not going to pay attention.
Yeah.
Like if you're not killing, they're like, we don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
That's one thing about Stockton shows. It's like you have to fucking be good.
Well, because it's an urban crowd. It's mostly Latinos and black people
Oh
and
my fucking people.
so yeah. So you got to bring
pussy
it.
pics. What's up? Maybe that was a fan. they saw me like, oh my god, he's funny.
Oh, that's what
I'm gonna
that's
send him
what
my
Luke was
pussy.
saying, and he was like, "How did she get your number?" If
Yeah.
that's what Luke was saying. Maybe it was a fan.
I didn't even think about that until we started talking about this. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
How'd she get my number? She asked somebody.
Or she like overheard you telling another comic like, "Oh yeah, I don't have your number," and then like
She was right behind me the whole time.
she's like,
Yeah.
I don't know why
just
she's
send him my
breathing like
pussy.
She probably does breathe like that. It looks like she does.
"A poor lady." What if she sees
like
this?
a pug? Like just
She's
hard
not
breathing?
watching this. She doesn't.
Nah. Ooh. Well, we brought that up again.
It never dies.
I know. What were we? Yeah,
I miss
but
stand-up so much.
yeah, I think they're doing a really good job of revamping things downtown, and they need to continue to do that.
It's smart though, because then if they're ready by the time things are normal-ish,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
that'll be really cool.
'Cause
It's like,
the problem-
we're
I was-
open. And
yeah,
everyone,
I was
like,
telling her
comes
the
in.
problem is every time I go somewhere else, like downtown is the place to be. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
like, you want to be downtown. That's why they had that stupid song, downtown. You know, like that's where you're supposed to be.
Things
But
will be great when you're downtown.
downtown. Yeah, exactly.
I thought that song was about third base, but whatever.
Is that third base? Oh shit.
Yeah. Before you hit
I
home.
got the third base with that blackjack.
All through messages.
Yeah. Third party.
Third party, third base.
She's like, I'm waving you home. I can't do my impression of.
I'm waving you home.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Come on, Derek Jeter. I'm waving you home.
Let's go, Derek Jeter.
New York baseball
Come get
player.
his pussy.
Go get this pussy.
There it is.
We got a question for all three of us for today. The question
cool.
for today is,
I never do this on my podcast, so this is fun.
yeah, well, this
I
gets
think we
people.
only got one question.
Yeah,
though.
but we
we
mean,
usually get quite a bit. but
we do. It's because I forgot to post about
I
it.
feel like we're on Tiger Belly now.
Tiger Belly, do they do?
Yeah, they have questions.
Oh,
Or it's called it's unhelpful advice. One of the intern guys is like, unhelpful advice with Bobby Kalila and
Yeah,
whoever
he has
the
a
guest
crazy
is.
voice.
Yeah, I think he just does what I did, but he's like good at it,
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, usually like I'll post about it, and we usually get like 3 to 4 questions, and we tell people, yeah, we're going to answer this on the next episode, so it keeps people listening and engaged. And
I should totally do that.
it's nice. It's fun. I like talking to our fans.
You get another 10 minutes.
So we got the one for today. It says, please describe y'all's perfect Sunday fun days brunch. So your ideal Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Luke. What's yours?
Oh man.
Oh, man.
I love brunch.
The hard-hitting
That's
questions.
one of the whitest things about
Yes.
me is my
I love brunch too.
That's her white side.
I think
love
everyone likes it. It's just some people don't do it.
Yeah.
Until you do
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
you don't know how awesome it is.
Every time I think of brunch, I'm thinking, okay, you guys are fucking drinking mimosas
Yes, please.
and eating crepes.
Mm-hmm.
And then a sandwich? Like, what is it? What makes it
It's
brunch?
any breakfast food.
Any breakfast, but it's
But-
like middle of the day because it's when you eat it to like.
It's like you wake up late on a Saturday or
Yeah.
Sunday, and then you go to a restaurant. You have
Uh-huh.
breakfast, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's like mashed up. Like there's
Lunchy style.
yeah,
food.
but you can get like a scramble.
So what is it when you have dinner for dinner?
What?
I mean breakfast for dinner.
Brenner.
Brenner.
Mm-hmm.
Brenner.
Yeah, I will eat breakfast any time of the day. I love
Jeremy
breakfast.
Brenner.
Yeah, we made breakfast burritos the other night for dinner.
I love
I started
breakfast
I started
burrito.
making the breakfast fried rice. I like cut up a bunch of bacon and start frying it in a pan, and then once that's going, then I get these
some
like
eggs in
ready-made, Yeah, no, but I have I get rice from Trader Joe's that you microwave for like 4 minutes.
Oh, that stuff, yeah.
Then I don't have to cook rice, but I dump it in the pan, and then once the bacon and the rice is like cooked a little bit, I soy sauce, and then the eggs, and then it's just breakfast fried rice. I don't
That
put
is
vegetables because I'm a
definitely-
baby. I don't like cooked vegetables.
That is definitely
You don't like cook vegetables?
a single
Oh
guy
my
thing to
God.
do.
Yes,
is to,
I do not
to-
like
I'm
to
glad he eats
microwave
everything.
rice.
I want to learn how to or get like a rice cooker.
We have a rice cooker. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
What I'm moving soon because like I think I told you guys before we started that
Yes.
my roommate teaches behind the camera, and she needs my room for an office because they're gonna keep doing distance learning. I think next semester.
Damn.
So I'm looking for a place, but once I have my own place, I might start getting things for the kitchen. Anyways, for
what's your
brunch,
perfect idea for a Sunday brunch? Perfect brunch.
My two favorite places. Well, okay, let's just say easy on eye. I can't eat a ton of stuff because I'm gluten intolerant, and they fry everything there. But I just get like a.
Well, if you
omelet.
could have any, like if it was very gluten free and all of that, what's your ideal brunch though? So don't worry about where you
Your
go and how
items.
you order it. If it's
I didn't know if it was like experience or food. If it's like the food I can order.
yeah, well, not
Oh,
order, but
okay.
just if you could have any sort of Sunday meal, like brunch meal, what's your
Sunday fun
ideal?
day, dude.
Yeah.
I love breakfast burrito. I like chorizo.
Okay.
Chorizo.
Yeah.
Chorizo.
Sorry.
I make
And,
chorizo at home all the time.
Yeah, she gets the soy rizo. Is that what
Yeah.
it is? Soy
Yep.
rizo?
Chorizo.
There's a
Fucking good.
bacon and butter that's over there in Tahoe Park,
Mm-hmm.
like really close. They make a breakfast burrito that's amazing.
So that's your idea of Sunday brunch is a breakfast burrito. Is there something that you would drink with that? What's
with
your
no tortilla, 'cause
mimosa?
gluten. But
Well-
I guess I would like to eat the tortilla if I could.
So if you had a gluten-free
Mimosa,
tortilla,
samosa. Mhm.
right? Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a breakfast burrito with a gluten-free tortilla, and what would you have to drink?
Coffee.
What kind of now to be specific about
If
your
this
coffee.
is like ideal, I
Yes.
would get some like a mocha or like a white chocolate
Ooh,
mocha or something like that.
yes.
White chocolate mocha.
I also
Yummy.
just thought of
are a
another one.
basic.
No, but
What-
normally what I get black coffee,
Mhm.
and I might put sugar in it. At home, I do stevia, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use xylitol at home.
Xylitol's good.
I haven't tried that one.
Yeah.
Xylitol.
Just no aftertaste.
It tastes
I-
the most
I-
like sugar to me.
Right, that's what stevia is to me. I
Yeah.
haven't.
Stevia.
I went through a big stevia phase, but
Oh.
once I tried the xylitol and there's no aftertaste, I like that more.
I'll have to try that.
Mm-hmm.
Do they?
good.
Is it like a?
It's granules.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Good word. I was gonna say powder.
Is it like
That's like salt bay.
Yeah.
like that?
Dude, I love that guy's Instagram. I still
Mm-hmm.
follow him, and he posts like they're just such weird videos of him just like cutting meat and looking at the camera like, you bet I'll
With the
fucking cut this
ponytail?
shit." Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
So we're out to brunch, and so Luke has a breakfast burrito, gluten-free tortilla,
A white chocolate
and a
mocha.
white chocolate mocha. What's
That
inside?
doesn't sound like a good mix to
I'm
me.
see the.
So that's
I'm
your
ordering
ideal-
a white chocolate mocha from what's that place called? Tower Cafe.
Okay, so Tower Cafe.
Tower Cafe. Is
White chocolate
amazing,
mocha.
too. I don't know if you
Okay.
guys have been there.
So that's your brunch.
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours,
I don't
Nick?
know.
Nicholas? What's your ideal for
You
brunch?
need to take him to brunch.
We're out to brunch right now,
I
and
want-
this is what he got:
I want a big ass waffle
big ass waffle. Okay.
with
Fried chicken. on it?
peanut butter
No,
and
he doesn't like
bananas
that.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want a side of hash browns
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and thick cut bacon, the applewood bacon,
Some rashers of bacon.
some rashers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means. It's rashers.
I think that's a way to describe bacon servings.
Rations. I can only have a few.
Rasher. Rasher. Of bacon.
And then some fresh squeezed orange juice. That's my jam. I love it. The more pulp, the better.
Oh,
He
yeah.
loves pulpy
Love pulp.
juice.
I used to hate pulp, and I think I kind of like it now.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Well, I think when you have orange juice without the pulp, it's not as good for you, right? Because you don't get the fibers.
Well,
and-
it's more filtered. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know. You gotta drink it like as if you were eating the orange.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then maybe a coffee to go after the orange juice.
What's in your coffee? Or what kind of coffee? Because you're right. You know what coffee you like.
Do I?
You like vanilla oat milk lattes.
Oh, I love vanilla oat milk lattes. Those are pretty fucking bomb. Have you
Yeah.
ever had one before?
Probably.
You should try it.
He's obsessed.
Actually,
should
I
try
like
it.
coconut milk. That adds a nice flavor too.
Coconut
We've
milk's
had it in
good,
there.
but that oat milk is fucking. I mean, because it kind of tastes like you you just ate oatmeal and then you drank coffee.
I'm not a big
You know what I mean?
oatmeal guy.
Oh, we love oatmeal.
What's wrong with you?
I had to eat. I had my wisdom teeth out like 3 weeks ago now,
Uh-huh.
and I had to eat so
Just
much oatmeal,
barely?
and I got so tired of it.
3 weeks ago?
Can you see?
I guess.
Mm.
The bottom ones?
All 4.
Dude, when I got my wisdom teeth taken out,
I'm 33.
I was like 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was nothing but smushy foods. I was excited. I was like, ooh,
Damn.
mashed potatoes,
I did
jello,
not
ice
get
cream.
mine out.
You get
'cause
tired of it though after like 2 days. You're like, I want to eat real food.
I
again."
got lucky
Smoothies.
enough to where my wisdom teeth were coming in straight. So they just
Mine
took
did
out my
too.
Lucky
back
ass, mine didn't
molars.
grow in that way.
Mine did too, but they took out actual teeth.
They took out my back
and they
molars so
replaced
that
them?
the wisdom teeth could come in for them.
So why did you have yours removed then if they grew in straight?
Because I wasn't
They
able
didn't
to
take your back molars out.
Yeah,
'Cause you're not gonna have room.
So they were all in there good, and they basically told me when I was getting them, like, you should be fine, just brush them. Like, we should take them out, but if you don't want to, you can just brush them. And I was like, cool. And then I went to the dentist again after like 2 years because my insurance changed, and I stopped going for a minute. And I went back, and they're like, hey, you have like 8 cavities on your wisdom teeth.
Because
Damn.
the brush wasn't reaching back there.
Yeah, like, I mean, you try, but it's just weird. So, and it wasn't 8, it was like 2 or something. But he was just
It
like,
wasn't 8, it
In
was
your
like
head, you heard
7.
8 because you have anxiety.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was just like, well, we could do the cavities, but we might as well just take them out. Cause
Yeah.
then, so $3,000 later, and
Nice.
Jesus, they
'Cause
got
mine-
you.
I don't
Like,
have
let me get
dental
a second
insurance right
opinion
now,
first.
so I
Well,
had to just
we
buy
didn't
it.
either. I went to medical college, so 4th-year students took them out, and it was half the price.
Did
So
it
I think we
hurt
paid
more?
I think
They just
take,
have regular pliers.
but it was a really like prestigious medical school that I went to in Arizona, and they took all 4 out for like $1,500, something
That's
like that.
good.
That's still a lot.
But
That's
it's
not- that's better
like,
than what I did.
Fucking just.
or maybe it
get
was
a
a lot less than that.
screwdriver.
Honestly, it was something between
and a
8 and
hammer.
15.
It's weird
It was
though.
very
I can just
traditional.
feel it. And I'm like,
It's weird. Yeah, for a while
You
it's
got
weird.
pockets right now?
pockets? Yeah. They're
Mine
getting-
have
I mean-
smoothed over. They smooth over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it literally takes like 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 3 weeks on Tuesday.
Okay.
So,
Damn.
There you go.
and it's Sunday if you're watching.
Do you
or
feel
listening.
big now?
It is Sunday.
Do I feel,
Feel
big?
big? Yeah.
Yeah, I finally feel. I grow up.
Wisdom teeth.
I grew up now. I'm gonna get a car and drive it somewhere.
Damn. How's everything been going for you as far as like doing shows and shit?
Wait, we have to answer your brunch, right?
Oh, yeah, your brunch.
It's okay. He forgets about me.
How dare you? I'm still thinking about that pussy pic.
I try to have. I've tried to develop podcast brain, so I try to remember the threads.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Okay. So when I was in Portland, I had one of the best brunches of my life. And somehow they made this tofu Benedict. So instead of egg, they use this like piece of tofu, but I don't know how they lightly fried it in like this seasoning. It was so good. And the hollandaise sauce they made was incredible. And it was this large, and then these fluffy biscuits. It was instead of a what's it called, English muffin.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
so bomb. I would have that and stuffed French toast,
Whoa.
where it's stuffed with sweet cream cheese, but obviously it's
Yeah,
vegan.
yeah, yeah.
So like
Cashew
That
cheese.
sounds good.
Cream cheese or what is it?
I don't know. There's some really good vegan cream cheeses, like Kite Hill. Trader Joe's has one as well. So I would have that, but you make it sweet. It's like a sweet cream cheese,
Yeah.
and stuff that into cinnamon French toast with like a berry compote on top.
Damn.
Dang.
And then I would
I want to
have
side of that too.
yeah.
yeah, like, can we do another brunch and then I'll just try that?
Yeah.
I'm not like.
This is the next Sunday. This is the
my
following
favorite,
Sunday.
my ideal
That's
brunch.
when we're gonna get that.
And then I'd have to drink with something that heavy. I honestly would probably just have a plain cold brew.
It's good.
Yeah.
Nitro or infused or no?
No, I don't really need nitro. That kind of I turn into like a squirrel.
I wanted to write a bit about cold brew. How like it's hard to drink it because it just makes you angry because you're just like.
Oh, it doesn't make me angry. I get so
That's the
inspired.
Russian in you.
Yeah. The Russian in you gets angry. I get like I need to do everything. I'm inspired and I'm like ready
So
to
it's
write.
it's like Coke.
kind of
Yeah. And then
I
20
want to start a business.
And then 20 minutes later, you're like, I need a nap.
No, not really.
I didn't accomplish anything.
No, I'm good for a while when I have
Really?
cold brew, but especially nitro. I only drink nitro cold brew if I'm gonna drive for like 5 hours because
That's what Dutch Bros is for, is to get their nitro and just drive. forever.
Yeah.
Dutch Bros.
But yeah, I love lattes and I love vanilla oat milk lattes. I'm the one that introduced it to him. But if I have a heavy, if I have a heavy brunch, then it's going to be just cold brew and maybe a mimosa. We'll see.
Damn.
Yeah, mimosa's fun. I don't. Sometimes I get it. Just if I have alcohol in the morning, I get tired because I'm old.
Well, that's why you have the
You're
cold
so
brew
old.
to balance
You're
it
so
out.
old.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Oh, I've definitely gotten
Jesus.
too sloshy from a brunch and then been asleep by 4 p.m. And,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, it happens.
yeah,
When you're younger,
hungover
you
by
could just do
7.
it. Yeah,
Damn.
I remember like in my 20s, I could just, oh yeah, we're drinking today, cool. And
Yeah.
now I'm just like, I don't know if I want to be sleepy at 3 p.m.
Yeah,
I think I've only had a mimosa like one time in my life.
guava juice mimosas
Pretty
changed the
delicious.
game
Guava
for me.
juice
There's a place
mimosas.
called Mimosa House in East Sac
Mm-hmm.
over there, and they have like a bunch of flavors. So
Love flavored
you
mimosas.
can get like a flight of them and try like 5 different ones.
I'm about it.
I was in San Francisco one time and I saw this place that was like, it was a club at night, and then it would go until 6 in the morning, and then once it hit 6, they turned into a breakfast place.
Oh, that's
and they
cool.
had mimosas and shit, so you could continue to drink.
Like a
And I was like,
completely different
"God
staff comes in
damn."
and does totally different stuff with the space.
No, it's the same staff. They're like, they
Oh.
were
I'm
dancing all
picky
night.
with mimosas though, because most places, if they do like bottomless, I don't get bottomless because they use the shittiest of the shitty like sparkling wine. It's not.
Yeah.
They don't even. It's not real champagne, obviously.
It's not even Corbel or something. It's just like
Oh yeah, it's really bad shit. Because I was a server for a very long time, so it's like I had
You
to, and I'm
know,
a
yeah.
brunch server, so I know. And there's so much sugar in that shit, so it's like you definitely feel like even worse.
Yeah.
After drinking them.
that's the worst part about mimosas is like the sugar of it. I
Yeah.
think that's what makes you feel so shitty.
So it has to be like a good champagne or at least a high quality sparkling wine for me to want a mimosa.
yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm like, I know as a server, I know what the kind of shit they're pouring, and I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Rough.
It's
Nope.
kind of good to work in food service, right? Because
Mhm.
then you just know things. You're like, I'm not getting that, or
I'm particular now when I go out.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, I think we're coming to the end of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to know how everything was
Shows.
going for you for shows.
Yeah. How
I
things
mean,
going for you?
I think since March, I've pretty much been doing like 1 or 2 sets a month.
Yeah.
Really?
Same as us.
And it's either like I've done some shows, but mostly it's probably half and half, a show or open mics, but mostly the open mics were like at the park because the one Miriam was
park.
running was really great.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, I never did the other ones. I don't know how those were, but and that was really fun because she had like lots of friends and they'd all come out. There'd be like 30 people
Wow.
in this park.
Nice. That's cool.
It was like a real show.
Yeah.
And you get
Yeah,
to do
for-
5 minutes and
for an
fuck
open
around.
mic.
It was fun.
That's-
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
I followed Kyrie one night and didn't bomb. It was great.
Oh wow.
So
That's a
Good.
feat.
well, and I also I feel like I've been able to. I don't know what happened. I think it started last November. I went to Canada with Jimmy Earl, and I was doing those videos for him. Where
Yeah,
he like
yeah, yeah.
did a trip, and I filmed it. And we
That's cool, man.
put it-
I remember
yeah.
you telling us about that before.
Yeah, it was fun, and I did the Yuck Yucks in Vancouver, and I had like such a good set, and I filmed it, so like I have this video now. It's actually like really cool and
Perfect.
good, and like I used that to submit. I forgot that I even submitted, but Laughs had the 40 for 40 festival that kind of got turned into like just weekly shows earlier
Yeah.
this year, and I sent it to them, and then like one day, like Jenny and Carlos Rodriguez both texted me, and they're like, "Luke, like what happened? This is a really good video."
What happened?
And I was like, thanks.
Should I feel insulted?
Yeah.
Or,
You're like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Look, I found my crowd in Canada, guys.
backhanded compliment.
Yeah, just having a Canadian
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a house over there. It's gonna be awesome.
That's what that's all about.
Yeah.
I'm getting a house over there.
So, but I feel like from that, I sort of started getting more confident in like caring less about what I'm doing on stage, like in a good way, where I'm just like I'm trying to develop the attitude or the
Yeah.
feeling of just being up there and like not giving a shit.
Yeah.
And then it's
You
better.
have to be like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
It's
should've been
literally
that a
like
long time
talking
ago.
to the opposite sex. It's like, or the same sex, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like it's like for me, it's like talking to girls.
Your gender
or-
of preference.
yes.
There you go.
And but it's like that same. It's like you'll be successful when you don't care.
Yeah.
Like when you're not looking, you're good. So it's like if you're
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
if you don't care that you're gonna bomb, then you'll do better. I mean, you still will bomb.
I mean, I
probably
always,
sometimes,
I'm
but-
really cocky in my head.
yeah.
And I think that helps me. But I got that from being an athlete.
I think you have to be that way.
Because like my dad would tell me before we like go and like my dad would coach me and my brother, and before we went to like a sparring match or something,
Yeah.
my dad would always tell me, in your head you are the cockiest motherfucker. Like I'm gonna win. This person can't beat me. I'm the best. You don't say, but you never say it out loud. out loud. You're always like quiet. You're humble.
Don't talk the shit, but think it
in
kind
your
of.
head because you will perform better.
Yeah.
And I kept that up as a comedian. So now it's like in my head, I literally have to tell myself, no, they want to hear your jokes.
Yeah.
They need you here. You're going to make them laugh. And I have to say to because if I don't, I get that anxiety of like, oh no, you suck. This is going to be bad. They don't like you, and then I don't do well. So I don't know. For me, I have to like.
You got to think
That's
the
like-
thought
that
and
sounds-
then walk the walk.
Yeah.
It's not talk the talk.
Yeah.
That
That's
sounds
the
like what
only time.
Ellis does, because he was telling me one time like how he's like, I wake up and I'm like, it's gonna be Rip City tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Rip City.
Mhm.
Like all day he's thinking that, and I
Mhm.
tried that, and I'm like, mine's just like a weird concoction of just like, I hate myself, but I'm better than all these idiots on the show.
Mm.
Like, you know, like I try to balance some kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like if there's
You have
actually-
to have humility in your head.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah.
I still have to be like, I'm not important.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have fun, and like
Oh no.
some
Your
of the
brain
people on the
has
show.
no choice but to keep yourself grounded.
Yeah.
I want to be clear too. Like, if it's good people, like if you guys are on the show, I'm not like I'm better than you guys, but like, you know, some people you're like, I'm
Yeah.
better than that guy,
Yeah.
and you just think, and you're like, well, they're I'm gonna do better than that fucking person. And then,
Oh, see, I don't
know,
do
like,
that. I don't do that because
I do that a little bit.
if I tell
Oh,
myself
yeah.
that, sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and then I hate
Yeah.
myself after. I'm like, why did
Yeah.
I talk shit about this person?
Yeah.
And then I end up
Well,
doing
and
worse.
then because if you're like kind of loose and flowy and cool, like then you can go on and like just watch some of their set and think of something they said and try to do like a opening riff line or something about what they did, and then that makes them like you if it hits, and then you can just roll
Yeah.
into your set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I
So-
think
It's a shitty year to start feeling confident
yeah,
like
I
that because
think-
I haven't been able to do any sets to
Right.
like really build on it.
in order to be like truly funny, you can't have any kind of fear when you're on stage.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
gonna impede your
They'll see
ability to
you.
be funny.
Yeah.
Because you're not in the moment now. Not you're in your own head.
Yeah.
And you're worried about what people are thinking about you. You're like wondering if is this gonna land? Is this
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Yeah.
You're like
You
just
just gotta be in
fucking
the
do
moment.
it because it's just one show.
Mhm.
If it doesn't work, I mean, you record your stuff so you can look back at it and see what didn't work about it.
Mhm.
You know, but every show should now be like practice. You know, like I have to get this out. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do it.
That's
Yeah.
what
This
Zoom
is
shows
what I
are
do,
for me.
You know,
I'm like, I just need to get these jokes out. That's it. I don't care about the feedback at this moment. I
because
just
like
need to get it out.
it's your job.
Yeah.
This is your job. You're a comedian. You know, so if I'm gonna go up and I'm be like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Well, what good does that do me?
Yeah.
Would
Just
you
go up
submit a
and fucking
report
do your
that's like,
job.
I don't know if this report
Yeah.
makes sense. I'm just gonna give it to the boss and hope they don't care. That
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Just do your jokes. Do your jokes.
Do you jokes?
Do your jokes.
Do your jokes, guys.
You know,
jokes, man.
leave the house, buy a milk
I
from a
moved to
bag.
Canada as well.
Spend a couple loonies on a milk bag.
Yeah, there you go, a milk bag. I can't believe that they do that there. It's so weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
Oh, you know what I just found out? The video games in Canada are $90.
Well, their dollars aren't
90
the same.
bucks.
In Australia's weird too because they censor a lot of shit. Like
Really?
they don't have, they're violent. They're not allowed to have the same violence in their games. Maybe it's different now. But when Left 4 Dead 2 came out, there was a really shitty version that they had there where all the blood was taken out of it and it was all buggy because they did that.
Oh,
Yeah, it sucked.
that's lame.
They have
You turn
giant
off
spiders
gore.
but no blood. It's like, fuck.
They have literally fire. What's it called? Fire twisters, like fire tornadoes
Oh yeah.
in Australia. Like that's terrifying. Imagine a tornado of fire. That's in Australia.
Sounds like Sharknado.
Yeah, that's real.
And the world didn't end after that.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Damn.
cool though, kind of.
Well, because it's just in Australia. It's already a prison. It was started as a prison country, so nobody cares.
Yeah.
What'd you plan for Christmas? You got
Yeah.
anything?
Holidays.
I think we're just gonna do my cousin's house again like we did for Thanksgiving. Like we can't normally my family, like I have this aunt and uncle that have lots of money, so they have this cool house in Sonoma and we'd always all go there for like 3 days and everyone stays the
Oh
night.
wow, nice.
It was
Oh,
fun, but
but-
they're getting older so they sold it. So we can't do that.
But
And-
also, if they're older too, you like it's kind of
Coronavirus.
scary to
Yeah.
risk that.
yeah, I don't think they're gonna go to Christmas this year, so
Yeah.
Yeah, my family owned a cabin, and we used to go to the cabin for like a week
In
during
Tahoe or
Christmas
something?
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, in
that's cool.
Truckee.
Oh,
which is,
okay.
you know,
Yeah.
like 45 minutes.
That's
away,
our
but
future
yeah,
goal.
Fucking amazing. It was that was the coolest
Yeah.
out of the year. That was always like the
That's
shiny
cool too
moment.
because you get the snow thing then.
We're going to be doing that. Well, when we're able to, we're going to get a cabin probably near Truckee and do the same thing.
That'd be
That's like
fun.
a goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get like people to pitch in. You
Yeah.
know, stay there for like a week, do Christmas. That'd be really fun.
Future goal.
Do you want to own the cabin?
Yes.
Or do you want? Okay.
Own it.
I mean, I would own it and then do it as an Airbnb throughout the year
That's
to
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a
create-
good idea.
to create revenue and be able to pay
That's
for it.
definitely far in the future when you
Yeah.
have plenty of money.
But that's what
But
I would do
think
with it.
for now, just find a cabin that we could rent
Yeah.
for a couple days and then just have.
I would
the
do that
family
until we
come
can own one,
and
but I would
everybody
own it.
pitches in. That'd be a fun Christmas.
Are you trying to do that this year or?
No.
No.
definitely not.
Yeah.
That's like a 5-year plan.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
5-year plan. I like that.
Yeah.
5-year plan.
5-year
What are
plan.
you guys doing this year?
We are wearing 2 masks, one N95 mask and a cloth mask. We are wearing gloves and holding hand
Yeah, 'cause we're gonna
sanitizer.
be flying.
And we are taking a 45-minute flight to Phoenix.
And as soon as we get there, we're doing a vitamin B drip. No, just
Yeah, no, for reals. So we're gonna be just kind of seeing my family,
Uh-huh.
and so we're just gonna go to my mom's. It's basically like 3 people. It's my brother and her boyfriend, and we're gonna hang out with them for a minute. My dad, we'll hang out with my dad and probably like 2 other family members, and it's just kind of seeing them and my brother and stuff like that, and exchanging gifts, and then maybe doing an outdoor show, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. So, but either way, we're just
That'd be cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna like.
Every time we go somewhere, we have.
I have
to
a
do
couple of
show.
friends that I'll be seeing,
That's smart though.
but
I wish
we're
I
never
was-
hanging out with more than like 3 or 4 people at a time. And I don't know if we see my grandma, like we'll probably be going out. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. So
She's
we'll see.
adorable.
Yeah.
I have like one grandma left, and I haven't seen her for like a while because
Yeah,
she's
I have
really
one-
old. You know,
I have
so-
one
No
grandma, too.
grandmas left.
I have one grandma.
No.
I have one grandma and one grandpa, one on each side.
Oh,
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
your
good.
grandpa's adorable too.
And my grandfather is going through chemo right now, but he's been super active. Like he exercises almost more than I do. I think he
Wow.
rides his bike every day for 5 miles at
How old
5 or
is
6
he?
o'clock in the morning. He's 80.
Wow.
5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, he rides his bike, and he's been like eating super healthy and stuff ever since he has to go through chemo. And he never gets sick anymore. He doesn't feel like shit
Wow.
while he's going through this process because
it
he's like,
must feel nice to know like your genes are made up of that a little bit, you know?
yeah. Oh no, I have great genes on both sides.
And you eat healthy anyways.
yeah,
So.
yeah. My whole like Latin side of the family, they all live to be like in their 90s or 100. You know, and then my mom's side,
They'll
everyone
end up
takes care of
looking like Mama
themselves.
Coco at the end. They're just
Yeah.
like,
Yes, yeah. But one of my bisabuelas, my great grandma, looked like Coco.
Wow.
For real. Yeah.
Coco the boy?
She lived on the ranch in Ecuador.
that movie gets me, man. Don't they?
Yeah.
They sing the song at the end, and she's like, "Papa,"
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like, oh man,
Oh man.
the movie's good.
What's
Tugging at
funny
the
is like
heartstrings.
you think about when
Yeah.
they go to heaven, like so if you died and went to heaven, like do you go to heaven as how you died, like at that age, or are you at your prime?
Yeah, in the movie, she's like old when she's there, but
Yeah.
then not all of them are like that.
When
It's
they
like,
go in there.
That wouldn't be heaven though, right?
It's like I
You're
guess
just
it's like
hella old.
vampire rules. Like when you get bit, that's what you look like forever.
Yeah. So that's what I'm questioning.
Interesting.
Like, because when I go to heaven, I would like, I want to be like 21 when I'm in heaven. I don't want to
Should
be
you
like,
go back in time and kill yourself? Or
I don't know.
No.
How does that work?
But I'm just saying, like, are you in heaven as an old person when you die, or is it just whenever you die?
Or maybe
that's-
it's how you see yourself.
yeah, I don't know.
Ah.
Interesting
You know what I mean?
questions.
Or maybe you could just change at will, and you're just like, I'm old today for some.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't it be weird if, like, you had a parent that died young or something like that while you were younger, and then you go and while you're old, and then you
Yeah.
meet like
So you're like 67, but then
Yeah.
your dad's like 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's strange. That's strange.
Yo, what's
Yeah,
up,
because
pops?
if you die of old age, say you have like a lot of complications, like when you get to heaven,
Like
do you-
100?
Yeah, when you're like 100,
Oh, yeah.
you get to heaven. Do you still have like,
Do you have, like, a
aches and
smoking
pains and
hole?
shit?
Yeah.
Aches and pains and
everybody. Isn't having fun.
Yeah.
Get to see all my friends again. Can eat as much candy as I want without it getting any
shit. All
cavities.
floating around, just still smoking and shit.
No Tracy Morgan pussy pictures.
No more pussy pictures. Only hot pussy pictures.
Yeah, that's heaven right there.
They're all from Beyonce now. Not this weird homeless lady.
Damn. Ew.
Yeah.
Their fucking cricket phone. All right, we've been. Let's.
Yeah, we gotta
an hour.
go.
What do you
Yeah.
think we're good?
Well, how can they follow you? How can our friends
at
follow
Epic
you?
Tiki Comedy on Twitter, at Epic Tiki on Instagram. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and theirs. Mine is youtube.com/epictikicomedy.
Mhm.
And I don't have any shows, so, do
Well-
that stuff. Watch my vlogs.
Yes.
Because they're really stupid, and that's what they're called, and they're good.
Vlogs
so.
are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
reviewed a Japanese dildo that turned out to be a camera lens.
Oh my god.
That's the last episode.
That's
that I made.
amazing.
A Japanese dildo?
That turned out
not.
to be a
it's
camera
just
lens.
a lens I bought from China, but
But it
I
looks
pretended
like-
it was a Jap. You're ruining the
Oh.
bit of
Okay,
the vlog.
okay.
It's okay.
We'll
I'm
watch
just-
it.
It doesn't matter.
Make
It's
sure you're
stupid.
following. You can follow me at my website, DanielleArce.com. I got video clips and all my information on there. If you just want to go directly to Twitter, it's at Danielle Arce, Instagram at Danielle Arce Comedy. If you're interested in getting your fitness on, I just created an Instagram, Danielle Arce Fitness, because even though I want to be known as a comedian first, I finally fucking made a fitness page because as artists, we got to rely on our side gigs right now.
Yeah.
So I do personal training, meal planning, nutrition guidance, and it's all virtual. So everything's done online. So if you're interested, follow that page, message
You're
me.
already getting a lot of positive reviews.
Yeah, I I just had somebody who took advantage of my deal, and she paid for up 4 months up front. And she's a type 2 diabetic, and she's been on Prilosec. Within less than a week, she was able to take herself off Prilosec by my meal planning and virtual personal training. So
Nice.
I can help you guys out. Just let me know. And make sure you're following us at Secret Minorities on Instagram for our podcast, secretminorities.libsyn.com. You can find us on anywhere podcasts are streamed: Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Amazon Music,
Spotify?
Deezer, Spotify,
Spotify.
everywhere.
I'm
So,
only on iTunes and Spotify.
Everywhere. Get up on it, dude.
get up on it.
I don't
Get
know
up
anyone who
on it.
uses other ones, though. I feel like.
Oh, I use Google Play.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Google
I should probably be on
Podcasts,
that
Google
one.
Podcasts, and then Apple
Probably
Podcasts.
good.
Probably the most.
Make sure you guys are following Nicholas.
Yeah, follow me online at Nick Larson Comedy on Instagram. If you want to check out my photos, side gig. Yeah.
Nick Larson,
I do dope work,
photography.
you guys, and it's on the cheaper side.
Yes.
Nick Larson Photography. Everything else is Nick Larson 85, Facebook and Twitter. Nick
If-
Larson 85.
You're feeling generous during this holiday season. We do accept donations, and we're very thankful to those, especially that have been donating. Victoria Stewart for her constant support and donations. We appreciate you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Your friend Will Optical
Yes.
Photo sent us a generous
we're gonna go see in a
donation.
minute.
Yeah, we're gonna go see him in a little bit.
Yeah.
Send us a generous donation. So big thank you to you.
Very generous.
Yeah.
To where I feel like I need to touch his weenie now. That's how
Yeah.
generous it was.
So
Send him a pussy pic.
if
I'll send him the. I'm gonna go through my fucking phone and try to find it.
But yeah, so if you're feeling generous, you can Venmo us. We both have the same bank account because we're basically married. But you can Venmo at Danielle Arce or at Nick Larson 85, and it would help us during this holiday season because Evie wants a present. Weirdly enough, so
What does a 6-year-old want a present for? Ugh. All right, y'all.
So thank
okay,
you.
so the way we sign out, we say "I love you" at the end. So this we're gonna 1, 2, 3.
I love you.
Wait, do we make eye contact or?
You can.
I love you.